And let's stay on COVID-19, but this time on education. As you may know, government has eased the restriction on schools, with tertiary institutions allowing their final years back to school to end the academic year. Let's go to the phone lines now and speak to the president of the University Teachers Association, Professor Charles Mafo. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on News Today. The Education Minister, Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, indicates that they have been in talks with you since the announcement was made. What have you done so far in preparation for the reopening?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. Well, I understand the government has had a number of meetings with the school management, and that is not particularly UTAC, right? And so,
very well.
As at now, yes, we listen to him, and we know managements, the various managements are putting in a lot of measures in place. We are only waiting for management to call us and tell us what they have.
I know that you started the online, lessons, and also even in some schools have started the examination already. For the final year students who are already in the process, how prepared are you lecturers to make sure that you wrap it all up so that we can then focus on the other streams?
Well, I mean, if you listen to the minister, apparently they've given us about 6 weeks for revision. Yeah. And maybe a week or two for examinations. I believe if we are able to let them come and we are successful enough, and by successful I mean that if we are able to curb the disease to the extent that we will not have many infections or no infections at all, then really we can say that we could also allow the other classes to come. And for me, that is what we are looking forward to, that proper measures are put in place, that lecturers and students are safe, that we'll be able to take their exams in a safe environment. In a safe environment means that at the end of the day, we will not have any casualties with regards to those that are infected with the pandemic. And so if we are able to take it up from there, I'm sure definitely we will be able to rope in the other classes for them to also come and finish some of their exams on campus.
On the issue of the safety protocols, especially social distancing, the directive from the president was that the universities would hold half of the class at a time. From where you sit, is that practically possible? Are you able to do that? Or there'll be the possibility that you'd have to adapt other ways, perhaps breaking it into threes or even holding a quarter of the class at a time?
I think in most of the universities, it will be possible. In fact, in most of the universities these days, and I could use KNUST where I am as an example, Wi-Fi on the campus is free. And so any student that is registered has access to the Wi-Fi. And so government is really talking about division of classes. I can even advise better that once they are on campus and Wi-Fi is free, we could use the e-learning system or other apparatus that we may not necessarily call e-learning. I mean, I can take you radio stations, for example. These days, every radio station is doubling as a TV station. Why? Because they've been using Facebook Live and other means of communicating to reach a greater number of students. And if the students are in school and they have free access to the Wi-Fi, they do not necessarily have to attend classes in the classroom. In other words, we could have some of these Facebook Live or something that they could even sit under some tree and join the class, just as I'm doing with you, join the Zoom and partake in the class. And so for me, yes, we need to put the safety protocols in place, but regards to class, I don't think we have problems at all.
What has been the feedback from some of your students and even your members, UTAC, following the announcement? How are they preparing themselves?
Well, we've not been able to, as usual, you see, we've not been able to meet because of the COVID problem. But then we have a platform and try to look at a few of the statements that have been coming. Not all of us are happy, but most of us also believe that we need to move on. The world is not waiting for us. We need to be progressive, and that we could put ingenious steps towards, maneuvering, and for that matter, being able to do things in the so-called new normal, right? So yes, people are worried. People are a bit scared. People do not know what is going to happen. But there seems to be a common agreement that we need to move on. And that is why I'm urging management and government to really let us know the protocols they've put in place. I know very soon they will be engaging us as to what we've done. It needs to be very good. It needs to be something very acceptable to us, and so that we could go a long way to help the students and to help ourselves.
Very well. Thank you so much, Professor Charles Marfo. That's the president of the University Teachers Association. His take on the reopening of schools. We'll be following up on what the schools are doing and let you know. Now, let's hear from the former priest of the Sacred Heart Parish in Bogatanga on the hashtag Stop the Stigma campaign against persons who have recovered from COVID-19.